Hello, everybody. It is 2 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, November 8th, 2016. And just really quick, wanted to jump on. I'm getting lots of messages in my inbox from new viewers who don't know what's going on. All the links that you shared previously, if you had it on your Facebook page, or my live stream here, if you had it on your Twitter, if you sent it out on email, that video www URL for YouTube has been turned off by YouTube. It's not my doing at all. They've done this to me many times. It's a long story. I'm not going to get on and complain about it again, other than just to tell you, if you're in here right now and you sent me a message asking what's going on, it's just foolishness, but my stream has been deleted, in which case you lost all your shares, I lost everything associated with it. So all the work you guys did, you got to go do it again if you want to share it out to the world. And there is a way to share my general live stream without having to share the URL. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it into chat right now. If you want to catch me live, it kind of sucks that we have to do it this way. Nobody else has to do it this way. Okay, so just understand. I'm going to give you a link for me, Dutchsinse Live. Okay. It's now in chat right here. All right, so you should be able to click that anytime. You share that, and it'll take you to whatever my live stream is that's live right now. So if you've been sharing the www.youtube.com/v equals blah, 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 they just killed that. And that has then killed all my views and all your shares. And I don't know why. I mean, I've got explanations that I could give you, but again, that'll lead me into a long-winded explanation on why I'm being censored and shut down. Just understand, it's not a technical error. Okay? It's not a technical error, and it's not my end. My end's functioning perfectly fine. And again, this is something that's happened multiple times in the past when I get earthquake forecasts right, like today in Japan, for instance. Just one example. That's when I got shut down, by the way. So Japan got hit, then powered down on the live stream and kill it. I don't know. Maybe I just see things, again, in a way that other people don't. That being said, guys, hope you're having a good day. And I hope that if you're here in the States, you're having a good day. A lot of craziness going on here. I'm not going to be talking about that anymore either. It's done. It's a done deal. We are now at 2 o'clock Central Time, and we're only going into the overnight hours. The craziness is almost over. Or is it just beginning? Earthquakes. Well, check this out, guys. Take a look at what happened in Europe. Look at Turkey. Man, boom, a big earthquake swarm hits. All in the 2 and 3.0 range, topping out at upper 3.7. So I would dare say there was at least one 5 back over here over to the east that didn't get reported, whether it was the 5 in Siberia, the 5 in Uzbekistan, or the 5 down in India. One of those 3 really did occur, at least one, because a new swarm has now hit South Europe. This now means if we add in the roughly 10 different 3.0 earthquakes, this definitely puts us up into the 4.0 range by tomorrow in Italy, going to the west across the South Mediterranean out towards Azores. So central Italy, take a look at it today. You've kind of gone quiet, right? I mean, look, just 2s? Just a few 2s? Am I missing anything? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're hiding earthquakes. I need to go take another look, but as far as I can tell, looks like you're just in the 2s, right? Things finally starting to settle down in the area. That's good news, right? But looks like those 5s really did occur, because look at the swarm coming your way. The best way I can describe this is if you were looking, let's compare this to a storm, okay? So a storm that you would see blowing in, let's say the dark clouds are starting to get real dark on the horizon, okay? You can even hear some rumbles of thunder. Would you think the storm's just going to magically disappear? or do you think the storm might blow your way? If it's off to your west, if you're here in the States, off to your west. Look off to your west. There you go. There's big black clouds. You got rumbles of thunder. You know that's coming your way. Well, in this case, over in Europe, the pressure representing our storm, quote unquote, is going to push to the west, northwest, west by northwest. Well, what is west by northwest from this swarm currently happening? Take a look at it. Well, west is Greece. West by northwest is central Italy. Well, both areas should be hit. It's stopping at the Turkey border right now, going over into Grecian waters east of Crete. And that's where pretty much the largest earthquake of the day has struck, at Crete, where Crete meets Turkey. So, it will push to the west. The combined total on 10 different threes equals 1-4. Simply put. And then you add in 2s and 1s, and if any other earthquakes happen here, then that will increase our pressure. So by tomorrow, this swarm in Italy, while it's small now, you'll see it go up. You'll see this like double or triple in size. We'll see, a dozen new earthquakes strike compared to today's small movement that's only showing right now. But again, the magnitude is what we're worried about, and this combines into a 4. Yesterday's 2.6, that also points towards the 4, which means we're on watch for the next day for movement in Italy. United States, be aware, take a look at it, okay, guys? So Yellowstone being struck, Southern California being struck. We have movement over to the east, but nothing new today to the east, at least that I can see from the USGS feed. Now, we probably should go check the Canadian feed and just see how many earthquakes are being hidden from us there. One other thing, check it out, guys. New deep earthquake down below South Indonesia. 4.2, another new deep earthquake. Man, oh man, another one. 543 kilometers deep. Oh, brother, oh, brother. Okay, well, guys, this is bad news for the world. Okay, now we have multiple deep earthquakes that have happened over the past couple days. This is the second or third, no, it's the second deep earthquake to happen in this South Indonesia area. Look where our cluster of earthquakes is, by the way. Now we have a deep earthquake right next to it. Now, you know what's right in the middle of all this right here? See this inlet right here, this bay area? Right in the middle of this bay is the famous volcano named Krakatau, or Krakatoa. We've all heard about it before. The blast heard around the world, okay? It supposedly blew out this whole peninsula here. So that's what created again, that's, I don't know whether or not that's true or not, but there's, reports that it blew out huge chunks, huge sections, and the blast heard around the world from this volcano. Literally heard over in the United States, heard over in Europe, the actual blast. So, anyways, now we have a deep earthquake striking next to it. It's surrounded by earthquakes. Is Krakatoa going to show some activity? It could. It did back at the end of 2010, start of 2011. A couple months before Japan went off with the big earthquake, Krakatoa actually sent off a blast. Well, it could happen again. Could happen again. Deep earthquake right below it. 5's already surrounding it. I don't know. Maybe Krakatoa is going to show some activity, guys. That would be really rare. That one would be like if I nail that one, this one would go into the history books, right? If I miss it, everybody will crucify me, right? Well, anyways, the deep earthquake happening right below it is a sign, again, of seismic unrest in the area, which means deep earthquake can translate out to a shallower, larger earthquake and new volcanic eruptions. Well, a shallower, larger earthquake, 1 magnitude larger would be 5.2, 2 magnitudes larger would be 6.2. Take that in conjunction with the other deep earthquakes that have happened over the past couple days. Again, take a look at it. Last 3 days of earthquakes. Look at the West Pacific. See these deep earthquakes? That is just crazy, man. So anyways, this means the whole West Pacific is in flux. You can pretty much see it now. And over the next few days, we're going to see this. Like I told you last night, it's going to be going through the roof in just a little bit. Now going over towards Europe, this is kind of bad news for you because anytime we see deeper earthquakes over here, we usually see pressure transfer to the west across Asia and the Middle East. So that group of fives that struck across Siberia, Uzbekistan, and India, again followed our movement up in Japan. And I told you guys, pressure transfers to the west. Well, it's going to happen again. Okay? So Italy, you got about 1 day left here or less before this translates up your way. And now you're going to really see that noteworthy increase because you can see today's earthquakes have like kind of puttered out to next to nothing. But then again, yesterday, there wasn't that much to feed into it. Now, it's primed. It's going silent. It's pretty much gone silent over to the west with just a huge cluster of earthquakes across Turkey. That's not good. It's like the spring is being pulled back. You guys ever play pinball? Okay? Pulling that spring back, you're going to let it go, and it's going to hit the pinball, and it's going to shoot up and rocket out and follow the track, right? Okay, well, in this case, the track goes, I probably could show it to you. It'd probably be better just to show you our track that the earthquakes follow. And if I can get a USGS earthquake on here, maybe. There we go. Okay, and let's turn on a display capture so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. This is our plate boundaries. So again, I've shown this so many times in past videos. Shouldn't be a big deal for you to see it now. But we have our earthquakes building up here in western Turkey, right along that plate boundary. And where did it go down to? The largest earthquake of the day, striking just east of Crete. Well, that's right here. Okay, so pressure has been building up back behind here, east of Crete, back along the plate boundary. There's, again, like I said, the spring being pulled back, or the pinball game. Well, you pull the spring back, and then once you let it go, hits and goes right up the track. And what do we hit next? What's the first stop along the way? Our swarm location that's pretty much getting quiet right now in central Italy. Ah, as I'm talking now, look at this. As I'm talking now, we're starting to pick back up in activity. Let's get the magnitude list on this. Just got a 2.7. Let's see if it's actually 2.7 or something larger. Okay, here it is, 2.7, Central Italy. Do we have magnitudes listed? Yeah, we sure do. 3.2, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3.1, 3.3. Yeah, already creeping back up. Upper 2, lower 3. Multiple 3s detected, 3.2, 3.2. Our 2s throw us off, lower us a little bit, but there you go. What else do we have here? No report. Who's that coming from? LJU. Looks like the 2.7 also reported Czech Republic. And let's see. That's what we've got right there. Is there anything else on the list that we need to see that we aren't seeing right now? Everything else looks pretty normal. Let's just make sure before I say that. Looks all lower, lower, lower. I'm not seeing anything major being reported. Here we are. Here we're back to when they shut me off in Japan. Or when Japan got hit, I should say. Baja California, Mexico, 3.7. What? .7 where? USGS has a full magnitude less. 2.6. 1.1 magnitude less. Wow. Wow. Well, we warned Baja California for a mid-range 3 to 4.0 earthquake. And now here they are. They do a 1.1 magnitude downgrade. Oh, my God. Tell me they're not watching. Tell me they're not watching. I know they're watching because they've said stuff to me about my forecast. Oh, my God. Okay. Anyways, let's get back over and take a look at the rest of the earthquake. This is interesting to me, again, just to see it all go down right now. So, back in Italy, looks like a 2.7 to 3.0 earthquake just struck, which would be the largest of the day if they go upwards. If they go up to the 3.1. Right now, they just have it 2.7, which is less than the 2.8s that struck last night. So we're at 2.7, 2.8. We're going to pick back up in intensity. You could see it go up, like I said, to a 4.6. Why 4.6? Yesterday's deep earthquake down below Romania. You don't see it on the map here now. You have to watch my update from last night. But that's why. Plus the fives. The fives, let me tell you what, guys. Not having a 5 show up. 3 different 5s. Siberia, Uzbekistan, India. But now, look at the results afterwards. An increase in earthquakes here. So just because they didn't report it, just because it didn't come on the map, we still see the after effects off it. So while they hide those earthquakes, so we can't see them, the results of the hidden earthquakes show up as expected. A dramatic increase out of the blue. There's nothing back behind here, right? I mean, if you go by their feed, you go by their list, there is nothing back behind here that could be causing this new swarm. But you go by the seismologist feed, and all of a sudden you understand there's been at least one to three different 5.0 earthquakes striking from India up into Siberia, and that pushes to the west. All of a sudden, you understand the dramatic increase that's happening down in Turkey right now. Then you'll understand why Italy is struck by tomorrow. Okay? So, have a plan. Be prepared just in case. By tomorrow night, we should be reporting. I talked about this last night. That by Wednesday night, I should be reporting to you about a dramatic increase in Italy itself. And that by Tuesday night, election night, I'd be reporting to you about a dramatic increase down in Turkey and Greece. Well, here we are. Dramatic increase in Turkey and Greece. It rhymes. But it's going to press to the west, and it will increase our activity back at the spot where it just got quiet, back in Italy. All right, there we go. Much love. Have a plan. Be prepared. Enjoy the election day if you're here in the States. Go drink a beer tonight. Drink a beer and watch mainstream media spiral out of control. Watch them lie and all that stuff. We're gonna have a good time tonight, guys. Regardless of the outcome, we are going to have a good time. And I'm fighting for truth and science, and I want you to remember that we, as a group of people around the world, we stand for truth, justice, we stand for science and logic, and these things are diametrically opposed to what's going on in our society right now. 100%. Left to right. I mean, we are talking a huge difference. What we stand for here on this live stream and what you guys all collectively, I believe, stand for, most of you, that you guys are, just like me, the oddballs of society. But that's good, because we can be something for people to look to, a kind of hope for people to have hope in. Not me, but I'm just talking about in general, our trust in logic, science, reason, rationality, and to have a good moral outlook and to be good people. And what is good? Well, it's based upon a moral code that you have to adopt. Yeah. So I'm not here to lecture you about religion. I'm just saying that, again, we can come across boundaries and all agree that we would expect our science to be unmanipulated. We would expect our data to be made public. We would expect that the things that happen in politics would not be occurring in science. Okay, so that's what we got to insist on. That's what we're fighting for. Of course, they all bleed over and cover over each other, and so, fighting corporate government goes into fighting the corporate USGS, which goes into fighting the New World Order, which goes into politics, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm here for, guys, to kind of be that voice of reason in this crazy, crazy world that we're living in. And unfortunately, the voice of reason is being silenced. They literally put their hands over my mouth today. Not literally. I mean, nobody came and put their hands over my mouth. But on my channel, they put their cyber hand over my mouth and shut it down. I love you guys. And it's not like that kind of, it's not the earthquake juice love. It's not that kind of love. It's real love. It's that much love. It's that I appreciate you guys sharing my information. And if you could, please reshare it. Because now the links are all dead and we have to reshare them again. Peace out. Much love.